with the next problem of every U.S. county became independent. First, let's address this problem. Since the Navajo creation state country has been created, several counties have kind of ceased to function. So this area will be annexed into here. These two counties kind of function. This county just joined its neighboring county here, and then these Arizona counties. I think these two counties are just merged into one to create a new county here. Meanwhile, this county will just join its neighbor to create one large county. However, this little strip of land will go into this county here. And there's not really going to be a war over this because these two Arizona counties cannot agree where the border is drawn. So they're going to basically fight over it. Yeah, not a very good thing to do, but it is what it is. Yeah. So I think the blue Arizona County, I think, has more people, but the red Arizona County marches in and invades the blue Arizona County, but they kind of stop at here. As, yes, the red Arizona County created an army faster. They conscripted more people, but the war is kind of unpopular with the people of this county right here, because basically this county did gain more land, but the people in this land do not really want to fight a war with their neighbors here. They do not really like the idea of fighting this war here. They do invade, but they're not a very strong county. Okay? Yeah. They're not a very strong county compared to this county here. And the blue county actually fights back and pushes them back here. And basically, a new border might be set as well here. They're not able to fully get back here. They do get back here a little bit. However, this county starts to push back pretty bigly. And they invade this. They want to get this little strip of land here. However, the blue county kind of cuts them off, basically creating two little pockets. This pocket is basically defeated as well here, and they basically can't really do anything as this becomes a stalemate, and the new border is drawn between the two counties as well here. A new border is drawn exactly at the military. A demilitarized zone is drawn exactly. A demilitarized zone is drawn here, and this is basically the first real disputed border because this is the first real disputed border here we have in the series. Here, this guy believes we're gonna make the disputed borders green. This county believes the border should be here, and this county believes the border should be here. So this entire mess is a disputed border. So that's the disputed border of Arizona as well here. Yeah, and it is very similar to like the one of Sudan. Like this county basically claims this little land here because they believe it all belongs to them. Meanwhile, they believe this area belongs to them basically here. And then there's, of course, this demilitarized line right here, which is also a disputed border because they believe the border will go up to here. So basically, this entire area is now a disputed border as well. Now let's go to a state that hasn't really seen much action so far here, and that is the state of Mississippi. A dispute over basically the Mississippi River here. This county wants access. This county wants access to the Mississippi River, but they don't want. They know. So basically, the blue county sends its small military to basically decimate this red county, as well here. And they kind of deserve it, honestly, because they were unprepared for this war. All this county wants is access to the Mississippi River So they will basically now have access to the Mississippi River much more easier, which will make this county's economy much better. Meanwhile, this county hates this county now. These counties are now basically enemies right now. And the next war is in Texas, of course. That is the expansion of this county up here. Yep, this county up here wants to expand into this one here. And they rally up the troops and invade very, very quickly. They do not understand how they have the technology or weapons to invade this county very quickly. And a new system is created. A new alliance thing is created to investigate what's going on here. Led by basically this county here, these two counties here, and these three Oklahoma counties, and this county in Arkansas, and this county down here, and of course Navajo Nation, all put a massive investigation into this top Texas county, as basically this is just kind of absurd. They just invaded that county relatively quickly as well here. Meanwhile, the Southern Texas Alliance grows. They finally accept this county into the little alliance here to kind of basically stop the cartels as well. Yeah, because this alliance is basically made in case like Mexico, tries something to invade South Texas, they will basically be prepared as well here. Yeah, meanwhile, more crazy things happen in Florida. Yes, Florida has a coalition against Spain, but a new battle begins for Eastern Florida. No, it's which way? No, Western Florida. This county right here invades this county right here. This county calls itself the Florida Man Empire, and they invade this inland empire as well here. The Florida Man Empire is now an official country, so the Florida Man country has now extended its border beyond its original claim. So yes. Now let's go to one of the most boring states of all time, Iowa. Yes, there's gonna be a war in Iowa. Basically, these two counties disagree over how much corn they have or something bullcrap like that. And this county basically starts to invade this county. And like, really? All this over the amount of corn? Like, I get it. Indiana, Iowa is known as the Cornhusker State. Cornhusker, is that the Cornhusker State? Basically, the corn state. But this is just ridiculous. Okay, this is just ridiculous. And basically, this county declares itself as the fastest corn state as well. So here, and they are the first fastest county in the entire area as well here. Here, because no real state or county is fastest. Okay, we have a communist in South Dakota. We have nomads. We have several empires, but we haven't had a fastest state yet, as well. And you'd think it would come out of the deep South, but nope, it's coming out of Iowa of all places. And all they want to do is dominate the world of corn, which is really the stupidest ideology to follow. But one state hasn't really had any action yet, and that's Ohio. You'll think of all the memes Ohio would do, but there is a border dispute with these two counties right here. They disagree on where the border should really be drawn, which is stupid political stuff. But basically, the Red County basically invades the Blue County to basically set the border correctly. As well, it just leaves the Blue County to call its little ally in, and they really screwed up with this. They could have solved this border dispute peacefully, and they surrender as well. Yeah. This county will basically be reduced to a tiny, tiny county. They will have almost no land left, and yeah, they're kind of being just punished here. And yeah, that you'd think that they would realize something. However, the second communist country is created. Of course, it's in California. Yeah, basically, San Francisco County has basically declared itself as a socialist county. Yep. Who could have seen this coming? Who could have seen the fact that But one thing is kind of struggling in this is Nevada. Yes, Nevada is kind of struggling, especially over water. This causes these two counties to declare war on each other. Yeah. This county wants better access to water, so they invade this county right here as well. And they invade all the way over here, and they realize there's no water, so they basically apologize, and they basically ask the Canadians and just make a right peace deal as well. However, Nevada creates an economic alliance as well. Southern Nevada created an economic alliance because of this as well here. We're gonna put dollar signs here because this is an economic alliance. Basically, so they can help each other throughout the hard times as well here. So this is the first economic alliance. Most alliances have been kind of like military, but this is like they will not fight each other for war if they get invaded. Obviously, this is just an economic alliance. They'll all use the same currency, which every state currently uses the U.S. dollar, but Nevada is creating a new currency, which is the Las Vegas dollar, which will be very different than the U.S. dollar. And some counties have kind of formed their own currency already, but almost basically those 7 countries that do not use the U.S. dollar, the socialist country right here, the San Francisco Bay, all use the same currency. This Las Vegas area, Navajo Nation uses the Navajo dollar. All of these counties down here use the Texan peso. And then there's a 6th one where they use a similar currency, which is the Appalachian dollar. As well here. And the last country to use its own currency, besides of course the UK and Spain, which use the euro, and of course Detroit, which uses the Detroit dollar, and of course Spain uses the Spanish peso, and UK uses the British pound, and China uses the Chinese yuan. Those are the currencies of those countries, obviously, as well here. But the dominance of the former U.S. dollar is basically reigning at this point, and don't be too surprised if more big cities start to use their own currency as well here. Also, last update, the Appalachia Alliance will expand to include a new member. This county joins the Appalachia Alliance. There are still many more members pending from Georgia to Virginia, but they are having a hard time processing it. This is basically the Appalachian HRE, but again, all of these Appalachian counties are actually cool with each other, so they basically are forming an HRE, or basically like the EU. They're planning to eventually they basically all use the same currency as well here. And almost every county in the Appalachia area, all counties in the middle Appalachia all use the same currency. Meanwhile, some still use the US dollar, obviously, especially the newer members. They still use the US dollar, but they are planning in a couple years to ditch the US dollar in favor of the Appalachia currency. Also, all these Appalachia counties also have open borders with each other as well, which is a very good thing for them, obviously, as well here. But the last thing happens as well. A very influential county collapses, basically, as well. Though not San Francisco Bay as well. No surprise, Portland collapses. And that's it about this video here. Goodbye. Like, who could have seen Portland collapsing, given how poorly run Portland is in the US?